Okay, now I'd like to walk through this flowchart with you, which will help us to highlight each and every point along the way when you are 3D printing to make sure that you have a good idea of everything that might happen. I know that when you're doing a complicated process like this, it can be easy to feel confused and worried about making a mistake at any step along the way. And so I hope to lay it out for you in this flowchart and also in the other videos to help you know exactly what to do at each point. 3D printing can be a complicated process, and I understand that. So I want to make it as easy for you as possible. The first thing that you're going to need is going to be training. So let me go ahead and show you. That's this first one right here. You can do the training by taking the class, watching the videos, or reading through the binder. Now you're watching the videos right now, so that's probably the method of training that you've chosen, but you can do any or all of these to help you along the way. After you've completed your training, you're going to earn your badge. So that's your next step here. Going to earn your badge. That means that you've signed the waiver to get your workbench card. Even if your card hasn't been made yet, you've at least signed the waiver. And then you're going to go ahead and take the quiz. The quiz is 10 questions long, and you're welcome to use the binder while you take the quiz. We're not trying to trick you or anything like that. It's just meant to be a check on your knowledge to make sure that you've gotten the things from these videos or from the class that you need to. After you pass the quiz with 100%, and you can take it as many times as you need to in order to do that, then you'll do the practice project. So the practice project is to do the Minerva, and that's what I'm going to show you when we go through all of the slicing and everything like that, so that you'll know what to do. Also, when you take the quiz, you'll get a project sheet, and that will tell you exactly the settings and things you need to do while you make the Minerva. Okay, after you've done that, you'll then get your badge, and we can engrave that badge onto your card using the laser cutter. Then you need an idea of something that you want to print yourself, so some kind of problem you're trying to solve or thing that you're trying to make. Once you have that idea, then you're going to need a file. You'll always need some kind of file because you can't just make a model in Bamboo Studio. So one option would be for you to make a file on your own. We recommend that if you want to start 3D modeling and you've never done it before, that you start with a program called Tinkercad. We recommend that because it's free and web-based, and so you can work on it from anywhere, and it's got a nice easy on-ramp into 3D modeling for you, which can be a really complicated process. So Tinkercad's where we recommend you start, but you could use any CAD modeling software if you wanted to make your own file. That can be a little bit complicated though, and it can be hard to learn two complicated skills at once, 3D printing and 3D modeling. So we do recommend that you actually start with this other option, which is finding a file using Thingiverse. And I'll show you how to use Thingiverse in one of these videos here, but you can find lots and lots of different models on Thingiverse. All kinds of different things are out there, and they're all free. So that's why we recommend starting there. Now, if you find a file, you can just go straight to getting the STL file and go ahead and print it. But you can also modify the file by bringing it into Tinkercad or another CAD modeling software. This would be if you just needed to make some tweaks to the model. And you can see things from Thingiverse that have been tweaked if you look under the remixes for any particular model. So you might do that yourself. But again, to just start out, I just suggest finding some files and printing them out as good practice. So no matter which route you're taking, you're going to end up with an STL file. The STL file is what you're going to bring into Bamboo Studio and then slice it. So bring it into Bamboo Studio and then slice it. Now there's a bunch that goes into slicing, and we've got a whole video on that so that you'll learn all about how to add supports and that kind of thing. And once you've sliced the file, you will then submit it to the queue. And we'll have a video on how to submit it to the queue, but it's basically just an online form where you send your file through. Once you've submitted to the queue, then you just wait until we get it printed out, and then you'll receive an email from us that the print is done. Now, sometimes you might receive an email from us telling you that your model is unprintable if you just made some mistakes along the way, maybe don't have the right printer selected or something like that. Or you might receive an email from us telling you that your print failed. No matter what, we'll get you an email letting you know what's happened, and if it's done, or if the print failed but had already used a significant amount of plastic, we'll go ahead and let you know what the cost is of that, and you can come pick it up. You should come pick up your prints even if they failed, because you can learn a lot from the prints that fail, and then how you can improve your slicing or improve your model for a later print. Once you've received that email, you will arrive at the library, of course, to pick it up, talk to us at the Creative Labs desk, and then you'll pay 10 cents per gram. Currently, at the time that we're recording this video, you need to make that payment at the main library desk. You can't do it at the Creative Labs desk. So you'll pick up your model at the Creative Labs desk, but then pay for it at the main desk. You'll pay 10 cents per gram, and as of the time of this recording, we aren't currently able to accept credit cards, so you will want to bring exact cash or a check made out to the city of Bozeman to pay for that. Then you'll take your print, and then there's some things you might need to do. Once you've cleaned it up, meaning you've removed the supports or brims or anything like that, then there might be other things you're going to do. You might paint it. You also might need to assemble it. If it's got multiple parts, you might be assembling them together. You might just use it. It might just have a function that you're going to use it for, and you might put it into immediate use. Also, you might be iterating on it, so it might not come out exactly the way you envisioned it, and so you might need to go back and make some adjustments either to the way that you sliced it or to the model itself if you're modeling it yourself. And so that's what you can do. You can go ahead and iterate on it and then resubmit that new model and print it again. And that's really one of the great benefits to 3D printing, is that we can iterate and prototype quite quickly here. So that's the flowchart from beginning to end of the 3D print process here at the library. In the next videos, we're going to break down some of these processes a little bit more so that you know exactly what to do.